Another tough game, this one under the lights again here at Somerset Park. It seems to be really high pressure matches all the way through this championship.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you look through the league, there's great sides right throughout it, and Raith, obviously they came up last year, but they've started the season flying, so we knew what to expect tonight. And obviously I think the way the game went, it was maybe going to take somebody making a mistake with the conditions or a set piece or something that separated the two sides, but I think overall maybe a point at the end was probably a fair result.
You enjoying playing in that right back slot?
It's a bit more running than centre half, but as I said to the press there, I'll play anywhere and do my best. Whether it's good enough or not, then that's up to the manager, but I'll always give my all no matter where I'm. But
what people say about you is why they like you in a position like that is because you always shout, you let people know where you are, you always encourage the other players around you. Do you find that is a big part of your game?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as my wife keeps reminding me, I'm 30 now, so I've been about for a while, so I try to kind of pass my experience on to the younger boys, and if I can help them out and help the team out by being vocal. Sometimes it's just a case of try to organise a back line or things like that, so if I can help out with my voice, then that's a bonus.
Now, you were up against some speedy wingers and some attacking midfielders coming down that side of the park today. Now, again, you mentioned the pitch surface. What was it like with them pushing so quickly down?
I think the way they rotate, it's quite. They've got it down to a T, and they kind of overcrowd the side sometimes. So I think it was tough, but I think I managed to get a few blocks in for crosses and things like that. Obviously, they got a few, but I felt that we defended our box well and nullified them. And not really, I don't think they had any clear-cut chances. Obviously, they'll maybe say, "Oh, we could have scored it," but I wouldn't say they had clear-cut chances. If anything, I'd say maybe we had the better chances with I think it was Innes going through and then my header.
I was just about to say that, and yourself up there in the penalty area, did you think it had gone in?
I did. It was a great delivery for Dario, and I connected with it well, and it's one of them, maybe connected with it too well, but when I've connected with it I thought it's in, and I was just gutted to see it come back off the bar.
Jack, another tough game tonight.
Yeah.
From your point of view, how did you feel it went?
Yeah, it was good. Like, there was obviously positives to be taken from it. That's like our fourth clean sheet in a row in the league, obviously. We had a couple of chances there, goalies made some right good saves. I mean, it was a fairly even game to be fair. They were decent defensively, they were good going forward. It was just one of the ones, like, we could have maybe nicked it. But they're a good team, they started well, similar to us, with the same points going into it. And it was one of the ones where it was going to be tight, but I hope we were going to edge it, but we never in the end, but there's plenty of positives. Clean sheet was good.
Do you feel that you kind of balanced each other out? Or?
They were quite similar to us. I'd say we're pretty good going forward. Good players like Moff, McCowan, Daz when he comes on, Bruce is good, and they've got good players up front as well, and their movement's really good and stuff like that, but I thought their defence was good, so was ours. It was just a very even game. We did kind of cancel each other out in the end.
Now, in a game like that, very slippy surface.
Oh, aye, it's probably been raining solid, man. So even when you've got the full long metals on, it's just still sliding about. A few boys were struggling with their footing and that. I think Vil with the kicks and stuff was trying to get it, blether it, and he's slipping. And it wasn't ideal, but what can you do? It's
there were a few times in that sort of central area where players were sliding, falling down, having to get back up again and chase after each other.
There was a few things were like, because obviously it's been raining, it was quite heavy in the middle, so sometimes you're expecting a big bounce and it just absolutely dies, and you're trying to run on it to clear it, and boys aren't getting good purchase on a clearance and stuff like that. But it was it was quite a difficult surface, but you'd rather have a not very nice grass than an asphalt probably. It was up to me, but it doesn't bother me either way.
So you're happy with the result today?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of positives to take. I know because it was on the telly, it'd been nice to score a few goals or whatever, but I mean, I never turn my nose up at a clean sheet, especially playing at the back and stuff. It's good to get them. Before I go into a game, it's all I can really affect unless I score for a set piece, so I'm happy with it. So I'm quite happy with that now.
Mark, a really interesting game. You said in the press that it was going to be one to really watch, and it was end-to-end stuff. More happy with the second half?
Aye, first half we tried to set up kind of solid in there and probably stop them playing and try and get balls in the box and get midfield runners, which we've been getting a wee bit of success with, but we never really got that foothold in the game. I think Moff's chance would have probably changed that. It was perfect time. He just seems to be the TV games more his day big chances last year at Dundee, but he's been off his brilliant tonight again, as in his work rate and having to play in a different position because Cammy was out. So I felt they were probably on top first half and too many crosses in the box, but we changed it second half and I thought the boys came out and stepped up, and we could say I think we had probably 4 or 5 proper chances, 3 big saves.
And you
one
came
off the
up
bar.
against Jamie McDonald in fantastic form tonight with 3 excellent saves against you.
Aye, I think Vils had won for distance. We blocked things well in the box and dealt with that. On the top half of the pitch we've created chances again, and that is big saves. I watch them back and think we should be scoring at least one of them. And these games are always going to be tight. There's always going to be 1 goals that can be massive at certain times of the game. We had the chance first half to go and do it, and we had the chance 2 or 3 times in second half. That unlucky Barrow's header off the bar and 1 or 2 bits dropping, but the actual clear cut chances, they're either really good saves, but you're hoping your boys are sticking them away.
Now was it a tactical change to take Luke McCowan off and replace him at that point?
Aye, we had to get more width on. Luke was doing fine. It was probably more to get more into the middle and get another wide man on, because what we'd done is we'd, instead of being 3 in the middle of the park, we'd put a wide player on and just narrowed up. And then it allowed Moff to get higher up the pitch, and that was the same when Innes went on. We're trying to win the game. We went with almost 4 up top for the last probably 10-15 minutes of the game.
Joe Chalmers, any word about the injury? Was that on the stretch as he tried to block the ball in midfield that caused?
I thought he'd opened up his knee, but he said it's not. He said it was a clash, so he said that's how he played on, and it seized up. So it was more of a muscle, I think, more of a dead leg.
Rather than something that's going to worry
serious,
you.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully
so you hope
that's
he's
the
going to be
case.
okay?
Aye, he seems to be fine. He's walking all right, but it's just a collision. Hopefully that's what it is. When it settles down, there's nothing more to it.
And you mentioned Dario Sonata coming on. A lot more of what we expect from Dario there.
I think an open game like that suits Dario. I could have probably started with him tonight and allowed us to play Bruce and Morph the way we did on Saturday, and he would have just been a straight replacement for Cammy. But I think with the game, I felt the game would be probably quite tight in there. And second half, when the spaces are there, he opened up them and he set up a chance. His deliveries were great for set pieces, so it is a positive for Dario.